Let's jump right into this one. I'm going to load up the plugin for the first time, and we're going to learn the ins and outs of this plugin together. How about that? smartComp 2. All right. So going to the user manual, the Spectral dynamic compressor. Okay. smartComp 2 combines a multi-dimensional compression approach with a wide range of sound shaping options. This unique compressor uses intelligent processing and automatic parameterization to deliver precise and transparent results without compromising the integrity of the input signal. smartComp 2 is an exceptionally versatile go-to compressor, AI-powered algorithms and profiles for single tracks, buses, and entire mixes. Drive the processing that will find well-balanced dynamics for any input signal. With sound shaping options such as the freeform transfer function and the attack and release shaper, it has never been easier to achieve distinctive sounds. Okay. Let's see, it says Windows 10 Plus for the system requirements. Well, whoopsie doodle. And let's see, did I unlock this? I don't think I did. Uh-oh. Okay, user interface. Well, let's see what happens when I click take the tour first of all. Okay, get started by analyzing your input signal. Good. Choose a suitable profile. Start the playback and press the record button. It is recommended to play a relatively loud section of your track, such as the refrain. Start the playback and press the record button. It is recommended to play a okay. smartComp 2 will compute and apply appropriate compression settings. After learning, spectral compression will be activated. Okay. And then we have compression parameters. Here we go. Input writing will keep your input signal in the compressor's working window. Nice. So is that automatic? I guess we'll find out. The threshold line versus the ratio line. Intelligent auto release. Access advanced controls by expanding the attack and release dropdown. Okay. Choose your compression style. Spectral compression will balance out your signal with over 2,000 bands, only applying compression where needed. Fine-tune spectral compression. The AC turned on and we're just going to have to deal with it. Choose the frequency range where spectral compression is applied. Spectral link controls the amount of broadband compression outside your chosen frequency range. Okay. Here we go. This is a new feature. smartComp allows for custom transfer function shapes below the threshold line. That's cool because this was actually an option back during my CoolEdit Pro days with their compressor. You could shape the transfer function. That's this like compression line where you can adjust the bars and what's it called? The knee. That's what it's called, the knee. Explore possibilities with a library of shape presets. That's cool. Monitor changes in the compression grid. Activate transfer function thumbs by clicking and dragging. And double click to reset. All right. Let's go. What's the learn more do? Okay, so it takes you to their website with tutorials. Oh, good. Very good. I recommend checking this out. Oh, I didn't enter my information. Let me do iLock, I guess. Okay, all the product activation stuff is good to go. As you can see, license found on iLock, and the buy button is gone. Anyway, first of all, let's take a look at the drop-down menu. Wow. That is a lot of targets, not presets, targets. Vocals bus, vocals high, vocals low, rap, speech. Ooh, they have specific ones for speech. And I guess high would be like female voices. I guess they had to be gender neutral these days. So let's see. Yeah, let's go back to the user manual and see what's up there. Time domain compression. Oh, good. There is the states button, just like smart limit. And I believe if you drag and drop, yep, you can copy it. Copy the different states. So you can have different easy, it's not even A, B, it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know, very, very cool. I love it when you have that type of functionality. Metering section. Well, let's run this through a guitar. All right. So choose that. Electric guitar. I wish there were options for either clean or distorted electric, but I'll take it. So basically you hit record at one of the louder sections. So let's see. I'll zoom in on this track. I guess like overall, this is the loudest section. So hit the play button on the space bar for my purposes, and then hit this button right here, the learn button. As soon as the analysis is over, it sets all the settings for you, and then you can make adjustments from there. But I don't know what to adjust yet because I haven't read through the user manual. Activate input writing and the soft clip limiter. Okay. Oh, so that's an option. I love that. Oh, how do I get it off my screen? Does it like not go away? I'm confused. I guess it stays there. That's weird. Hold on, let me double check on something. Okay, that's how you do it. You actually hit the arrow. So you can leave it up if you want, or get rid of it with the arrow. I was not clicking the arrow. There we go. Okay. Compression grid, see a visual representation of the compression settings, monitor and control spectral compression. Oh, we also have an external sidechain now, along with mid-side controls. Actually, I should open up smartComp, the original, to compare the two. Obviously, the GUI has changed quite significantly. And one of the questions on gearspace.com was about the external sidechain and whether you should set that for what the sidechain is, or if you should set this to what the track that you're compressing is. And the answer is to set this to whatever the track is. So keep it on guitar, and if, let's say, it was being triggered off the vocals, then just don't worry about it. You can pre-filter the sidechain signal to make the compressor more sensitive or insensitive to specific frequency regions. Expand the EQ widget for full control. Okay, let's try that. Neat. So if I click that, okay, so does it start off that way? Okay, let me see something else here. Oh, wait. Did they fix it? Yes. So when you make the plugin bigger, the text does get a little bit bigger, unlike on Smart Limit, where I complained about. Well, no, it's the same thing. Okay, oh, I see what the problem is. Or maybe they changed it for version 1.2.0. That's a possibility. Either way, the text getting bigger is great. I don't know if that was done in the previous versions. I think that's one of the things I complained about. Anyway, I will... So you can monitor the sidechain. You can disable it. You can... Yeah. I like how it goes flat when you disable it. That's cool. So it's not confusing. And let's see. I really like this input writing thing. I mean, this is like having another compressor, really. I don't know how fast it goes. I think there's an option to change how quick it is, right? Yeah. So, neat. Oh, and you know another thing about the state options? So what you could do is, let's say, do state number 1, and then learn from this section. And then go to state number 2, learn from this section, go to state number 3, learn from this section. And so just like other compressors, we have threshold, ratio, attack, release, auto release, knee, and style. Now style goes from clean, I assume at the lower parameter settings. Yes, so they have it on there as a reminder. So all the way counterclockwise is clean, subtle, transparent, all the way to dirty, which is more noticeable. And yeah, good times. Attack and release shaper. For quick changes of the attack and release times, move the little attack and release icons below the threshold up and down. Okay. Right here. The attack shape defines how fast the signal will reach maximum compression during the attack time after exceeding the threshold level. Attack hold. The attack hold defines the amount of time the compressor waits until the compression kicks in once the signal goes above the threshold. That's pretty cool. Release shape. The release shape defines how fast the signal recovers from its compressed state during the release time. Release hold is the amount of time the compressor waits until the signal starts to recover from its compressed state after falling below the threshold. And then you can also sync your release time to the tempo that you have set inside of your digital audio workstation. Very cool. That's parameter number 5. Okay. Oh, if you're wondering what button I pressed, it's the Smart State button, which returns the settings to the default that smartComp figured out when you first click the Learn button. 2. Spectral Comp Control. Control the intensity of spectral compression. When set to 0, it will act as an ordinary broadband compressor. Well, what's it go up to, I guess? 150? Okay, you can't even go to... Oh, you can go to 0. Okay. And you can double-click the number and type something in. Alt-click. Interesting. The color control, darker or brighter. Wow, you have a lot of parameters in this plugin. Control the frequency range where spectral compression is applied. Very nice. I don't believe that was in the original. No, it had sensitivity, but I don't think you could choose the frequency range. So you adjust that with these. So let's say you had, I don't know, a kick drum. You could take that out of the bass range, you know. And if you wanted to, you could do that, but wow, that is a very cool feature. When spectral link is set to 100, no compression will be applied. When set to 0, full broadband compression will be applied. So if you don't want any compression outside of these frequency bands to happen, you set this to 100. And if you want something to happen, then put it on 0. It's a cool option to have. Okay, here we go. In external sidechain mode, the gain reduction is controlled by an external signal that is routed to the sidechain input of the plugin, a technique called ducking. smartComp 2's spectral compression technology takes the regular broadband ducking approach one step further by only making space in your main signal where spectral clashes occur. Spectral ducking allows for smooth merging of two signals, avoiding the pumping you might introduce with regular broadband ducking. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, one of the biggest problems I have is with vocals clashing with guitars and piano. So it'll be interesting to see how well that works. Route the signal you want to create space for as an external sidechain to smartComp 2. All right, nice. Activate the external sidechain. Some elements of the interface will turn blue. Okay. The external sidechain that is now triggering the compression will be shown in the display of the time domain compression. So they have a typical scenario of a bass guitar being compressed and triggered off the external sidechain of a kick drum, so that anytime the kick drum is present in the signal, the bass goes down a little bit. So the neat thing is, with this choice, you can essentially just lower the kick drums. You could essentially just lower the bass guitar's low end, keep its high end, and have a more cohesive mix that way. I love it. See where spectral ducking is making space for your sidechain signal. Okay, so it's down here. Cool. And see how that changes from spectral comp to spectral ducking when I hit the external sidechain button. Nice. Control the intensity of the spectral ducking. When set to 0, smartComp 2 will apply regular broadband ducking. So that's right here. So again, if I just wanted to affect the low end of the bass guitar, let's say, and I'd set this to, let's say, 30 hertz to about 120. Oh, you can't do that. Well, how about I adjust this? Maybe that'll work. Okay. So we could do it that way, I assume. Listen to the filtered signal. Okay. Maybe that's a way to do it. Freeform transfer function and level history. It lets you freely modify the compression transfer function and provides templates to achieve complex compression goals, such as boost of low-level content while keeping the mid-level untouched, and for sound design in more extreme settings. Now see, this is where you could get really creative and change this and then save it as a preset. Basically have different custom compressor plugins. Level histogram. The RMS level histogram shows the distribution of levels in the input signal, including input gain, which is light gray, and the compressed output signal, excluding output gain, in white. As you change your compression settings, these curves will update in real time. Okay, and then pause and reset. Pauses the level measurements for the histogram, or reset them. Can I reset it now? Okay, that's how it works. Has nothing to do with the learn function. So we have gain reduction meter at number 1. So this part up here. Whoops. It's so easy to set the threshold. You just look at the waveforms and you see that? That's incredibly easy. This compressor is almost like cheating. I wish they had this on hardware compressors, the hardware emulations, and you could just see where to set your threshold. Like if I pause this, oh, I can't pause it. So you basically just set it like maybe right around where you see some extra area like that. Because the idea is to preserve the dynamics of the track. So you do that by setting the threshold at like that. Or, obviously use your ears, but wow, that is so cool. Let me redo this because I don't think it was executed properly. Actually, let me just start from the beginning. It's easy enough to use, right? Go to the guitar. Okay, so we'll do gain reduction, output meter with readout, input meter with readout, in gain, out gain, auto gain. Here we go. Auto gain automatically sets the output gain to compensate for the level reduction caused by compression. That's number 6, all the way down there. Cool. Control the display range of the signal history. 9. Scale. Oh, nice. You can get an even more detailed look at it like that. smartComp 2's input writing makes sure that the level of the gain input signal remains within a certain range by adding a dynamic negative or positive offset to the input gain. Input writing allows to balance out level differences in different sections of the signal, loud or quiet. That way, the level of the processed signal will remain more or less consistent or constant. Activate input writing by clicking on the label. All right. You have to let smartComp 2 learn your signal to activate input writing. All right. So I'll enable that. Speed controls how quickly the gain adapts to changing input signals. I guess the higher the setting, the faster it is. Intensity controls the maximum offset input writing will apply to the signal. So if I do both of these, you should really be able to hear what's going on. See, that's why you have to be careful about those input gains. So what was the default setting? I can't remember. Darn it. I know it wasn't. Let's just do 50 on both. Yeah, at this point I might just fade this out early anyway. But either way, let's see if there's anything else. Sidechain EQ. Pre-filter the compressor's sidechain signal, the signal the compressor uses for computing the gain reduction. That way it's easy to exaggerate or reduce the impact of certain frequency ranges on the compression. Neat. And I think these are all self-explanatory. Change gain and frequency of a filter by clicking and dragging. Change its Q factor by scrolling. What am I scrolling? Hold on. Mouse scroll wheel. Is there another way to do that? Yes, you hold Alt. So if you don't have a scroll wheel in your mouse, you hold the Alt key and you can adjust your Q factor or your bandwidth for that option. Sidechain filter listen. Change the filter type. Oh, that's right. When you click on when you click down here when it's on, you click down here and it changes it. Click the labels to type in precise values. Mid-side processing. Here we go. Different compression settings for the respective signals. Let's try this. So we'll go to mid-side. Set individual threshold ratio attack and release parameters for each signal. Change between mid and side by clicking the respective label or the ratio thumb of the inactive transfer function. Okay. So you have to change it so you can see it. Cool. I don't know how often I'll mess with something like that, but it's good to have that option. Surround processing. Whoa, what? Supports surround signal. You can apply the same processing settings to all channels or set distinct settings for the center and the side rear channels. Side plus rear channels. Cool. Well, I don't have a surround sound signal going into this, but yeah, neat. So that's up to 5.1? Yeah. To clear a state, hover over the number and click the trash can icon that will appear below. So you have to click it first. Nice. I don't think that was in the original version of Smart Limit. I don't know if that's in Smart Limit now, but very cool. A preset saves all parameter settings. Okay. And then finally, OpenGL might cause rendering issues on certain computer hardware. Use this option to disable OpenGL. And I will actually enable the sharing of data if it's not already on there. Oh. I can't share my data. Okay. Well, darn it. Let's see if they still have that in the other versions. Yeah, okay, it's enabled in that. And update notice, when a new version, you'll receive a notification here. Also indicated by a little dot on the cog wheel in the main view of the smartComp 2. Enable to automatically set an input when learning is completed. Okay. Good stuff. I hope you guys learned something through this long video. I certainly did. So I'm going to actually use smartComp 2 in a full mix, 2 full mixes if possible. And I'm going to be posting those videos at some point in the future. And that'll be that for smartComp 2. smartComp 2 so far sounds good to me. Because I was sent a license for this is not a review video. This is a demo / tutorial. And I'll let you guys do the, 14-day trial or whatever it is, and check out smartComp 2 for yourself. I love the original. It gets used in, I'm going to say 100% of my mixes, not on every single channel, obviously, or track, but it gets used for at least one track every mix that I do. Previously, I've used it as like a finalizing plugin after I've used other compressors prior to smartComp. So smartComp isn't my only compressor that I use on tracks, but it basically gets that last bit of clean compression for a track, because it doesn't have character, as it were, like hardware emulations. But this one basically makes your signals more even for that last bit of, again, compression, for lack of a better word. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been Adam for RealHomeRecording.com.